كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخنا على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نؤمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يأكلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول للكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وزللنا لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم يرى الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحيي الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمر إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون. سورة المباركة الفاتحة.
صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. عن جابر بن عبد الله الأنصاري عن فاطمة الزهراء عليه السلام بنت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم قال: سمعت فاطمة أنها قالت: دخل علي أبي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله في بعض الأيام فقال: السلام عليك يا فاطمة. فقلت: عليك السلام. قال: إني أجد في بدني ضعفا. فقلت له: أعيذك بالله يا أبتاه من الضعف. فقال: يا فاطمة تأتيني بالكساء اليماني فغطيني به. فأتيته بالكساء اليماني فغطيته به وصرت أنظر إليه وإذا وجهه يتلألأ كأنه البدر في ليلة تمامه وكماله. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسن قد أقبل وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال: يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. فقلت: نعم إن جدك تحت الكساء. فأقبل الحسن نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أدخل معك تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي، ويا صاحب حوضي قد أذنت لك. فدخل معه تحت الكساء، فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسين قد أقبل، وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال لي: يا أماه، إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. فقلت: نعم، إن جدك وأخاك تحت الكساء. فإذا فدنا الحسين عليه السلام نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه، السلام عليك يا من اختاره الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكما تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا شافعي أمتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معهما تحت الكساء. فأقبل عند ذلك أبا الحسن علي بن أبي طالب وقال: السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين. فقال: يا فاطمة، إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة أخي وابن عمي رسول الله. فقلت: نعم، ها هو مع ولديك تحت الكساء. فأقبل علي نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال له: وعليك السلام يا أخي ويا وصي وخليفتي وصاحب لوائي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل علي تحت الكساء. ثم أتيت نحو الكساء وقلت: السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال: وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بضعتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخلت تحت الكساء. فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء، أخذ أبي رسول الله بطرفي الكساء وأومى بيده اليمنى إلى السماء وقال: اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي، لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي، يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم، وسلم لمن سالمهم، وعدو لمن عاداهم، ومحب لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم. فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم، واذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. صلى الله على محمد وعلى محمد. فقال الله عز وجل: يا ملائكتي وسكان سماواتي، إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضية ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال الأمين جبرائيل: يا ربي، ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل: هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة، هم فاطمة وأبوها وبعلها وبنوها. فقال جبرائيل: يا ربي، أتأذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض لأكون معهم سادسا؟ فقال الله: نعم، قد أذنت لك. فهبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال: السلام عليك يا رسول الله. العلي الأعلى يقرئك السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام، ويقول لك: وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئة ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم، وقد أذن لي أن أدخل معكم، فلتأذن لي يا رسول الله. فقال رسول الله: وعليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله، إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء، فقال لأبي: إن الله قد أوحي إليكم يقول: إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. فقال علي لأبي: يا رسول الله، أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله: والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا، ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض، وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا، إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي: إذا والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. فقال: اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال أبي: رسول الله، يا علي، والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا، ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض، وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا، وفيهم مهموم إلا وفرج الله همه، ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غمه، ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته. فقال علي: إذا والله فزنا وسعدنا، وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.
Surah Yasin was recited for the Isal Sawab of Marhum Ijaz Hussain and Marhum Muhammad Iqbal. Let's recite Surah Fatiha for Marhum Ijaz Hussain, Marhum Muhammad Iqbal, and for all our Marhumin. Surah Al-Barakatul Fatiha. Let us all please recite Amuyujib for the safety and victory of all our brothers around the world, especially those in India, for the safety of our holy shrines, for the quick reappearance of Imam Sahib Zaman alayhi salam, and for Shafai Mariz. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Amma yujibu mustarra iza da'a ويكشف السوء أما يجيب مضطر إذا ويكشف السوء أما يجيب مضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء أما يجيب مضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء أما يجيب مضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء اللهم صل على محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين والعاقبة لأهل التقوى واليقين الصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد ثم الصلاة والسلام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى مخاطبا على إمامنا الموسى بن جعفر فقال يا موسى أنت صفوة من خلقي أعطي بعلمي والذرية وأنت خليفة في قومي صلوات. Respected brothers and sisters in Iman, Salamun Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Tonight we have gathered to celebrate the Viladat, the birth anniversary of our seventh Imam, Imam Musa al-Kadhim, Kadhimul Ghayz. The topic that I have chosen for tonight's lecture is the Fada'il of our seventh Imam. First, I will start with a Hadith Qudsi. I will explain first Hadith Qudsi what it is. Hadith Nabawi is those sayings or those words which have been said by our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hadith Qudsi, those words or sayings that have been said by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they have not been established into a book. If it is established into a book, it is called Quran. Yes. The status or the value of Hadith Qudsi is the same as the ayats of the Quran. Now, when our seventh Imam is born in Medina, something happens. Our sixth Imam, Imam Jafar Sadiq, Sadiq Ali Muhammad, he says, as soon as my son was born, there was a voice that came from the skies. Was this the voice of an angel? The Imam says no. It was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he was saying the following. And he said, Ya Musa, Anta min dhurriyati. O Musa ibn Ja'far, the son of Sadiq Ali Muhammad, I have created you
and I have put you in the purest of the household. And then he goes on, and then he says, أُعْتِبَ بِعِلْمِي. I have placed the knowledges on your chest. There are some people who question, how can Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib be. They question, how can Ali, our first Imam, be the Babul Ilm? We see here that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to our sixth Imam, and he is telling the fadail of his seventh Imam, and he is telling him that I have given him all of the knowledges of the world. Yes. He is the center, or he is the markaz of all of the knowledges. And we know how a center is. For example, if you have a center city, you can go from any street to gain the knowledge of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. But the condition is you must have the pure intentions. Yes. And then he goes on and he says, وَمَوْضِ سِرِّي. I have given Musa ibn Ja'far all of my secrets. Yes. The one who holds all of the secrets. Then he goes on and then he says, Wa amini ala wahi. He, Musa ibn Ja'far, is the trustworthy of my wahi. Yes. Amin means trustworthy. There's another definition of Amin, it means secretary. So Allah is trying to say, if anybody would like to get close to me, you first get close to Musa al-Kadhim. If you get close to my secretary, then you can get close to me. Yes. The fifth line that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says is, He says, وَخَلِيفَةُ عَلَىٰ قَوْمِي. Musa, the one who is being born into your house, O Ja'far as-Sadiq, after you, he will be Khalifa for your people and the Khalifa of the people of all of the worlds there are. Yes. There will be nobody who can be able to stand up to him. Now, this is happening right when our seventh Imam is born. There was another Musa in the past. Yes, Hazrat Musa, when he used to talk to the Lord, he used to go with people, he used to go on top of the mountains. But every time he would go, he would be afraid. He would shiver. And Allah will say, Ya Musa, La takhaf ana rabbuka. O Musa, do not be afraid of me. I am your Rabb. Now look at the difference of Nabuwat and Imamat. Nabuwat, the Nabi, is a senior citizen. He is much older and he is getting afraid of Allah's voice. And look at our Imam, Allahu Akbar. He's not even 1 day old and Allah is talking to him. And after he stops speaking, what does the Imam do? Our sixth Imam says, لما ولد ابني فإشار إلى السماء فقال لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله علي ولي الله. The Imam, being not even 1 day old, he raises his right finger to the sky and he says, I bear witness Muhammad is the last messenger and you are the only Lord. Now, the word Musa, for Hazrat Musa, if you look in literature, this word is not from the Arabic literature. For Hazrat Musa, the word is from the language Hebrew. And how did he get this name? Means Mu means log or wood, and Sa means water. Now, how did he get this name? When Asiya, and we all know this story, how she found Hazrat Musa. When Asiya, she was standing at the river, she sees that there is a small boat, and on that boat is a small infant. As soon as she sees the boat, which is wood, and the water, something comes out of her mouth, and she says, Musa. Now, our Sunni brothers, they have written in their texts that the only reason that Asiya, the guardian of Hazrat Musa, the Prophet, the only reason that she will not burn in hell is because she said Musa. Now, the question to those brothers is, what about us? What about those who have been saying, Ya Ali, Ya Hassan, Ya Hussein? What about us, those who have been saying the names of those who are the owners of Jannah, who are the owners of paradise? Sayyiday Shababe Ahl al Jannah. Now, that Musa, we have cleared it, it is from the language Hebrew. Now, our Imam Musa al-Kadhim, the word is Arabic. Now, what does this mean? And it is very beautiful if I can get this message across. Mim ala dalil ala wa waliyullah. Mim is the dalil that Musa ibn Jafar is waliyullah. Waw dalil ala haqqih. The wow is the dalil that when he is the leader, he is on haqq and nobody can beat his haqq. Seen dalilun ala huwa sayyidun. Seen is the dalil that he is Sayyid. He belongs to the purest household of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. The ya in nida. Yes, the ya to call somebody. That like we say Ya Ali, Ya Fatima, Ya Hassan. So our Imam's name has been cleared and it is from the Arabic literature. Now, moving along, I will share a story. This story is written and mentioned by the man by the name of Saleh Marwaz. Saleh Marwaz, he used to live in Iraq. And he says one year he decided to go to Hajj. He says, Kana ma hujajuna tariquna Iraq ila Hijaz. We decided that we will go to Hajj. When we were going to Hajj, we traveled Kana safarna ba'da ayyam. We traveled for a few days, and after we traveled for a few days, there came a time that we lost our way. A sandstorm came, the caravan didn't know where to go. Back in that time, there was no GPS, no Android phones, no Apple Maps, Google Maps, there was nothing there. So now Marwaz says the caravan leader, he didn't know what to do. We kept circling around over and over. Nobody knew what to do until a man appeared. وَرَأَيْتَ شَخْصًا عِنْدَهُ شَيْءٌ عَجِيبٌ فِي ثَوْبِهِ. We saw there was a man and he had something that he was carrying in his clothes. We asked this man, can you tell us the way? What does the man do? The man, whatever he had in his clothes, he kisses it, he puts it on the chest, and he asks, can you tell us where the way is? Whatever was in the clothes, it points to the way. This. When it points, they all follow. They say, we have no other choice. Let us give it a shot. Let us try it. Now, they start moving along. Now Marwa says we moved along for a few days, and what do I see? that we are getting closer and closer to Hijaz. Now, when we were getting closer to Hijaz, what happened? We ran out of water. There was no water left in our caravan. All of the bottles, all of the pots, we had run out of water, and everybody was saying, Al-Atash, Al-Atash. Now what happens? He says, Ana ra'aytu nafsu rajul. I saw the same exact man. When I saw the same exact man, he was carrying something in his clothes. I went up to him and we asked him, can you please ask whatever is in your clothes? We need some water. We are thirsty. If we do not gain the water now, we will all die. The man did the same act again. He kissed whatever was in his clothes. He put it on the chest. It pointed to a direction. We all followed it. وَشَرَبْنَا الْمَاءِ لَذِيذًا. And the water that I drank and the water that we all drank, it was the most tasteful water that we have ever drank in our lives. After we fulfilled our thirst, we continued and we did our Hajj. While we were doing the Tawaf, وَرَأَيْنَا نَفْسُ الرَّجُلِ. We saw the same exact man with the same clothes, and he had something hidden in those clothes. Curiosity got the best of me. After I finished my tawaf, I go up and I ask this man, who are you and what are you hiding? And how does this know all of the ways? He says, this story is the following. My name is Ibrahim. I used to work with Harun al-Rashid. When I was working there came a time when Rashid decided that he wanted to do the ziyarat of Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. He says, I used to work for Rashid. I used to be his servant. I used to get him his blanket, his water, whatever he needed. I was always with Rashid. We traveled from Iraq to Hijaz and then to Baytullah. When we get to Baytullah, Rashid makes sure his security moves all of the people away. Now, when he moves all of the people away, Rashid says, Assalamu alayka ya Abul Qasim al Muhammad. After he says this, nothing happens. Now, Ibrahim says, I saw a man. A man, he was walking from the people. The man has so much nur on him that I couldn't control myself but to look at this man. As soon as this man entered and he said, Assalamu alayka ya jaddatuna, right away the answer came from the grave, Wa alaykum assalam ya ibni. Ibrahim says, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to ask who was this. He approached. Now he says, I approached this man and I asked him, what is your name? He says, I am the son of Sadiq Ali Muhammad. My name is Musa al-Kadhim. Now, upon seeing this miracle, Ibrahim started to build the love of Ahlul Bayt in his heart. Now, while he was standing, now remember, they're all standing in front of the grave of the Prophet. Now, when he is standing in front of the grave of the Prophet, Ibrahim makes a dua. He says, Ya Allah, I pray that I want to become the servant of Musa ibn Ja'far. Ibrahim says, Hajj finished. Circumstance has it that Rashid ordered that me and some others we take the Imam back to Baghdad. Now Ibrahim says, my du'as have been fulfilled. Now he says, I start walking with the Imam. Whenever the Imam he needs some water, I give him water. Whenever the Imam asks for a prayer carpet, I ask for the prayer carpet. There comes a time when one day I see that I give the Imam water, and when the Imam moves his clothes from his sleeves, I see that there are two qamarain. I see that his hands are shining in such a matter that the moon shines at night. Fatajaba. I started to question myself and I said, how is this even possible? Musa ibn Ja'far replied and he said, O Ibrahim, do you not know this is the body of Muhammad and this is the lahm of meat of Muhammad? Yes. Then he says, after some time went by, there came a time when me and Musa ibn Ja'far, the Imam of the Rafidid, we were eating one day, and while we are eating, the Imam of the Rafidis, he tells me, Oh Ibrahim, one of my shoes has broken. I want you to throw this shoe away. Now Ibrahim, what does he do? He says, I go on top of the cliff. While I am ready to throw the shoe, I think to myself, this shoe belongs to the purest and the most noble person on this planet right now. If I throw this shoe away, najis people will touch it. Najis humans will touch it. So what do? I take that shoe and I keep it with me and I go back to the Imam. When I go back, the Imam is smiling at me. He says, Oh Ibrahim, I already know you didn't throw the shoe away. What will you do with the shoe? Oh Ibrahim, Ibrahim says, Oh my master, oh my Mullah. Now slowly, when he was traveling with the Imam, slowly and slowly, he started to build the love of Musa ibn Ja'far. There comes a time when he starts calling our Imam his Imam. He says, Oh my Mullah, oh my master, I didn't want to throw this shoe away because I knew there will be najis people or najis things that will touch this shoe. So I kept it with me. Now the Imam says, Oh Ibrahim, you have that much love for us. Oh Ibrahim, note, from this day Musa ibn Ja'far is telling you, whenever you are lost and you need to find your way, whenever you are thirsty and you need to find your way to find water, give the wasila of Musa ibn Ja'far to this shoe and the shoe will guide you to your destination. So we see the importance of one shoe. It is half a shoe. It was broke. Half of the shoe of Musa ibn Ja'far can guide the real believers if they are lost in life. How can we not be guided by our Imams? Yes. The fault is in with us, brothers and sisters. And then the Imam goes and he puts a shart, a condition. The Imam says, Oh Ibrahim, if you give the wasila of Musa ibn Ja'far, there is one condition, and that condition is you must believe in the vilayat of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. Now that Ibrahim is telling the story to Marwaz. Marwaz says, after hearing this story, I thought to myself, if a shoe is that worthy to show the way, how powerful will be the man who wore that shoe. He says, can you please take me to this man? While they are discussing this, there comes a man walking in, and the nur on his face is so much. Ibrahim tells Marwaz, oh Marwaz, Allah has accepted your supplications. Look who it is. It is my Imam, Musa ibn Ja'far, يعني Musa al-Kadhim. Marwaz goes, he shakes the hand, he kisses the feet of the Imam. That was one story. The second story is by the man by the name of Bashar Hafi. Bashar Hafi was a Persian man. He was a very wealthy man. He decided to migrate to Baghdad. He had a huge palace, and every night he used to drink and party, and he used to do all of the haram things. One day, when the Imam is walking in front of his palace, a Kaniz, a slave girl, a small child, she was coming out to throw the trash. While she is throwing the trash, our seventh Imam, he asked the small girl, is this house of a free man or a slave? The small child says, this is the man, this is the palace of a free man. The Imam says, yes, this is the work of a free man. If this person was a slave of Allah, if he was the slave of his creator, he would have never done the things that he is doing. As soon as the girl hears this, she doesn't mind anything. She goes inside and she tells Bashir, she says, there's a man outside. He is saying, yes, you are a free man. And if you were the slave, you would have never done this. As soon as he hears this, he runs out. He doesn't wear his shoes. He runs out to the Imam and he asks the Imam, can you please explain what you meant? The Imam says, yes, I will explain. The Imam says, you are a slave of shaitan. You are the slave of your desires. Instead, you need to become the slave of your creator. You need to become the slave of Rahman and Rahim. As soon as the Imam he says this, it touches the heart of Bashir. He drops into the feet of the Imam and he does tawbah. Now his name is Bashir Hafi, the one who never wore shoes. When he did tawbah and when he fell into the feet of our seventh Imam, he was not wearing any shoes. From that day till he passed away, he never wore shoes anywhere. When the people would ask, why aren't you wearing any shoes? He would say, when I did tawbah, I wasn't wearing any shoes. And if you go to the kingdom of a king, if you go to a palace, do you wear your shoes or do you take them off? They would all say, you take them off. Then he would say, all of the earth, all of the world is the kingdom of Allah. This is the habit of Ali Muhammad. From Salman Farsi, how they turned him into Min Ahl al-Bayt. From Hur, and now we have Ibrahim. Now our seventh Imam, Imam Musa al-Kadhim, Kadhim al-Ghayth, the way he used to do tabligh, when he was home, he was doing tabligh. When he was traveling, he was doing tabligh. When he was in prison, he was doing tabligh. The Imam was in prison for 14 years. Haruna Rashid, the guards that used to guard the prison, they used to change him every 6 months or every year. Why? Because the way the Imam would pray, the way the Imam would speak, the way the Imam had akhlaq, they would automatically turn into the lover of Musa ibn Ja'far. Yes. This is the lesson for you and I. If our Imam can do tabligh being in prison, we should do tabligh for the sake of Muhammad Ali Muhammad. Now, one more story and then I will end my talk. While the Imam was in prison, they hired a lady, a very beautiful lady. She was known for her singing. Now, Haruna Rashid, they planned that we will send this female. She would go, the Imam of the Rafidis will listen to her singing and her beauty, and he will fall just like all the other men have fallen. They have this plan set up. They let the lady in. Now she starts singing. As soon as she starts singing, my Imam starts reciting the Quran ayats. As soon as the Imam starts reciting Quran ayats, she slows down. She becomes silent. Now Haruna Rashid, they are enjoying their lunch. They are drinking. They're telling each other, oh, the Imam of the Rafidis probably has fallen because of her beauty. Let's go see what happens. Now they both get up, they walk. What do they see? The Imam says, Subuhun Kuddusun Rabbul Malaikati. The lady responds, Subuhun Kuddusun Rabbul Malaikati. The Imam is going into ruku. She is going into ruku. The Imam is doing sajda. She is doing sajda. Haruna Rashid look at each other and they say, our plan has failed. What can we do now? The Imam looks at both of them and he says, do you not know I am the son of Zahra? Do you not know I am the son of Muhammad? Do you not know they call me Musa al-Kadhim, Babul Hawaij? Yes. Now the difference, now our Imam, he was in prison and he saved a lady. Yusuf, he was also in prison, but he couldn't save Khadija or Zulaykha. He couldn't save Zulaykha. The difference between imamat and prophethood is prophethood saves itself. The imamat, he saves himself and the whole community with him. This. Now, when the imam, he left us advice. When it was his last time, he gave some advice to his students. He says, oh my students, tell my Shias, each and every one of you, Kunu lana zina. Wherever you go, make sure you are a beauty for us. Yes. Wherever you sit, wherever you walk, wherever you work, people will attribute themselves and they will say, this is the believer of Musa al-Kadhim. The way your characteristics are, the way your manners are, make sure everything is in order. Why? Because you belong to the Ahlul Bayt. Yes. Now, last, before I end my lecture, last advice from the Imam. There's a hadith in the Imam where he says, مَلْعُونًا مَنْ هُوَ يَعْرُفْ عُيُوبَ أَخُوهُ. The Imam says, Mal'oon is the person who knows the uyub of his brother and sister, but he goes around telling everybody in the community. Mal'oon means may Allah curse this person. If a brother or sister trusts you, They tell you your secret. The Imam says the one who will leak these secrets, may Allah curse them. And then he goes on, he says, Mal'unan. Mal'un is the one who backbites his brother. Yes. In front of somebody, you are saying, oh brother, mashallah, you are beautiful, you are this, you are that. But as soon as you turn around, it is someone completely against you. And then the Imam goes on and he says, Mal'unan. Mal'un is the one who tricks his brother or sister. Whether that be business, whether that be any other affair in life, the Imam says, may Allah curse that person who tricks his brothers and sisters. Yes. And then the Imam goes on and he says, Mal'unan, mal'unan, mal'unan. May Allah curse that person who is two-faced. Yes. You and I, we can trick the Mulana, the Sheikh. We can even trick ourselves. We can trick our brothers. We can trick our family members. But how will you trick the one who is the closest to you? A man approaches our seventh Imam and he asks, how close is Allah to you? The Imam responds and he says, your Rabb, your Creator, is closer to you than the blackness of your eye is from the whiteness of your eye. Yes. How close is that? If you look in the mirror or your iPhone or your any phone, you will see how close it is. How will you hide from the one who knows everything? Yes. And I would like to end my lecture with the following words. Each and every one of us, we need to live our life as the real followers of Ahlul Bayt. The ones who claim something with their tongue and the ones who claim that with the heart are completely different. Our Imam, last thing, he says, O Shi'atuna, the world is like a snake. It is smooth and it is silky, but it is infected with dangerous poisons. So when you live on this planet, one more hadith and then I will end my talk. The Imam says, Shi'atuna kunu la thilatha anwa. My Shias are three types. Number one, the first follower is the one who follows us, but he depends on someone else. I will go to Dua Kumail if Fulan ibn Fulan picks me up. I will go to Majlis if this person goes there, depending on someone else. The second type of Shia is like a glass, a reflection of itself. I recite the best Quran. No one can recite better than me. Yes. I recite the best Hadith Kitha or Dua Kumail. I am the best. Reflection of oneself. The third one, the Imam says, the third one is my Shia. And the Imam says the third follower is like gold. The more it ages, the better it gets and the more value it has on this earth. The more we live on earth, the more we age. We need to work on our iman and our spirituality on a daily basis. May Allah give us the tawfiq that we can become the true mu'mins of our seventh Imam, Imam Musa al-Kadhim.
और मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद सलावत। सफर तवील है राह निजात छोटी है, सफर तवील है राह निजात छोटी है। अली का जिक्र बहुत है हयात छोटी है। अली का जिक्र बहुत है हयात छोटी है। अली को कैसे मैं मौला कायनात कहूँ, अली को कैसे मैं मौला कायनात कहूँ। बड़ा है नाम अली कायनात छोटी है। अफजल सलात मोहम्मद वाली मोहम्मद। सलाम 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 अलैकुम फरूद सलाम या अल्लाह। सलाम 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 या अल्लाह। सलाम अलैकुम फरूद सलाम सलाम अला अहमद المصطفى نبي به الدين عذبا صفا يا الله। سلام 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 يا الله. سلام عليكم فرود يا الله. سلام على سيد المرسلين رؤوف رحيم على المؤمنين يا الله. سلام سلام يا الله. سلام عليكم فرود سلام سلام على سيد المرسلين رؤوف رحيم على المؤمنين. سلام 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 يا الله. سلام عليكم فرود فروحي فداه وروح أبي وروح خلائق خاص وعام يا الله. سلام 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 يا الله. سلام عليكم فرود يا الله. سلام على أهل بيت النبي ولا هم ديني وهم مذهبي يا الله. سلام 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 يا الله. سلام عليكم فرود سلام من الله يغشى البتول سليلة طه من الرسول يا الله. سلام 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 يا الله. سلام عليكم فرود يا الله. أفضل الصلاة محمد وآل محمد. إلهي ببيمار داشت بلا جو بیمار ہو جلد پائے. إلهي بإمام زمان हमें हौल माशार से दे तू कियामत माशूर हो वाली उठे कब्र से कह के हम याली है पाँच वहनों मिल चाहार दातान आमद वाली जहरा हसन शबीर सनन ताइमाम जमान शबीर सनन ताइमाम जमान के सदा सलवात पढ़ो सलवात सलवात सलाम या इमाम जमात फरमाओ ज़ुहूर या इमाम जमात सलवात
السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا حبيب الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك، عليك مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين، خصوصا سيدي مولاي أبو الفضل العباس وأختك زينب وأم كلثوم وبنتك سكينة جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك تسعة المعصومين من ذرية الحسين عليه السلام، علي بن الحسين زين العابدين ومحمد بن علي الباقر وجعفر بن محمد الصادق وموسى بن جعفر الكاظم وعلي بن موسى الرضا ومحمد بن علي التقي والجواد وعلي بن محمد الهادي النقي والحسن بن علي العسكري. السلام عليك حجة الله بن الحسن يا صاحب العصر والزمان، سيدي الأمان 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 من فتنة الزمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن، السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، السلام عليك كعبة الإيمان، السلام عليك إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان، أجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك وجعلنا من أعوانك والأنصارك والمستشهدين بين يديك. السلام عليك أهل بيت النبوة جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته.